I can't wait to swallow this. Look at that. So,
What is that, Brian?
what's that? Oh, I'm sorry. That's a capsule of krill oil.
Where'd you get a capsule of krill oil? Just gather a bunch of krill up and just squeeze the shit out of them?
Well, that would be one way. I'd have to, of course, charter a boat.
Did you buy your own net? I mean, how do you get them all in one area and then just squeeze them? You just hug them?
It's not easy.
Just hug them?
It's not easy. You need a crew. You got to hire a crew. You got to get a boat.
It's expensive.
Well, it is. Then you got to get a net. You got to get all the krill. Now you can't get krill off the coast of California. You got to go out where the cold water, the Arctic.
I thought you did that. Did you go to the Arctic? And gather a bunch of krill?
I would usually have to do that.
It sounds pricey.
It is pricey, and it would probably cost, I don't know, let's say minimum $100,000 just to swallow this.
At least.
At least, right?
Not to mention all the krill.
I know. And you got to squeeze them. Squeezing krill, squeezing them till their heads pop up.
Exhausting.
Yeah, well, just getting the oil out, you got to have strong hands.
Or you either got to squeeze them or jerk them.
That's exact. Sir.
Well, like shake them. Shake the oil.
Okay,
loose,
can you
bro.
say shake and not jerk?
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
Well,
man.
You can
Look, I don't know how they get
shake the oil out of
I don't
the
know
fish,
how they
man.
get I don't know how they get oil out of krill. And you know why?
Well, if I want some, what the hell should I do
Well,
then?
the point is I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to charter a boat again. I know where my krill comes from, and I know it's the finest krill in the world. You know why?
Why?
Because I got it from On It.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Makes
see?
sense,
I
man.
honey donged you.
This whole time, I thought you were fishing in the Arctic
No,
for krill.
I'm glad you said that. Now I'm going to swallow this. Something might happen. I don't know. I knew for sure when I do it. Oh. Whoa, man.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Is there a reason that I feel completely I feel like a puppet hanging from strings? I'm so loose. My joints feel super
Your
loose.
skin looks better. Your hair looks better.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Got a set of gills on you.
You guys want to stay young forever? Why don't you try some On It supplements? Proven to keep you alive forever. Yeah, that's what I said.
They don't call you a kid for no
They don't
reason.
call me kid for nothing. The reason I know I'm never going to die, when I go to the doctor, they go, oh, you're never going to die. Your insides are pink. They're super pink. They're pony pink. I don't know what that means. The point is, I always go, they're like, what's your secret? And I say, I don't know, little company called onit.com.
You're the Benjamin Button of On It.
Thanks, buddy.
You stay young, my friend.
Thanks a lot. God, I can feel it.
Forever young.
Forever
I wanna
young.
be
I want
forever
to be
young.
forever young.
Onit.com/fighter, 10%
If you
off.
want to live hard and be all kinds of loosey-goosey, then krill oil from On It is your ticket. Anyway, 10% off. Yeah. Did you tell him 10% off?
Yeah, I did twice.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Now,
What's up, buddy? It's been a while since it was just me and the kid in the studio. We've had a lot of guests.
I had a lot of guests.
A lot of guests. Mixed up the dynamic. We've had some great shows.
We've had some great times. A lot of things have happened for me. Been up in my training. I'm throwing lightning fast jabs. I'm taking creatine.
I know you called me. You know what bothered me most about you taking these supplements? You reached out to someone else who's not a professional athlete, who has no business telling you what to do.
I know. I could have just called you.
It drove me fucking nuts. Really bothered me.
I didn't even think
why?
of
Because I've
calling
been
you.
taking supplements since 5th grade?
I know. I'm all getting all swole. I'm 48 taking creatine. There's something wrong with that.
Well, why are you doing it, you think? You just want to put on size?
I'm just curious to see.
There's something behind it, though, you know?
Well,
don't say, I just want to see what happens. Nah, you want to get big. Let's be honest.
Well, I've been working out, and you told me that if you take creatine, you can put on like 7 pounds of water weight.
Yeah,
I was
6
like,
pounds at least.
Sign me up. I want to see what 7 pounds looks like on me. Apparently it makes you stronger.
You'll get stronger for sure.
Yeah.
With the right.
Somebody told me it's bad for your liver, though.
Nah, see, that's the guy that told you to take it, and he's full of shit.
Really?
Because there's creatine in red meat. There's creatine everywhere. Like I said, as long as you're drinking water, you're good.
Right. All right. So good. I feel good right now.
Do you?
I'm getting swole.
You're getting swolled up? Well, I think you like the comments on Instagram. You're reading them, so you want to kind of live up to that persona.
I actually don't read the comments, but my wife reads them to me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very careful about reading comments.
You got to be careful, man.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm careful because some of them are hilarious, and they're overwhelmingly positive, I think.
99% of them are positive.
Yeah. And I love it. But I don't make a habit of reading them because then you actually will start to listen to them a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah.
And because you got to be careful reading them. I tend not to read them. Sometimes my brother reads them for me. And I'll say, hey, answer this guy or something like that. But in general, it's funny to me, man. People give you advice on fighting or who you should fight next or this is what you should do with the podcast or
a tiny part of you will listen to
this.
that. A tiny part.
If you read too much into it, you won't notice, but you'll start to sway sometimes.
100%. And for me, like as far as like working too hard on your body at 48, like really trying to look like muscular, and this is what I resist with TRT and stuff. I don't want to be the guy who's 50 in a Tesla who's like super muscular. Like Bryan looks more muscular right now, than he did when he was 25. And wait a minute, does he trim his forearm hair as well? And is he, you can get into that.
I get that, but I don't know enough about TRT. But I think talking to certain guys who are on it, it's not gonna. I think you have the wrong mentality.
No, I
TRT.
do. I don't feel I need it anyway.
I don't think you have higher testosterone than me, 100%.
I don't need to be any hornier than I am. Let's put it that way.
You have more energy, and I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't want to mess with my endocrine system. Something's right. Something's
might as
going
well get your levels checked out.
Yeah, probably.
What if you and they're like, your level is 100? It's crazy low.
Yeah.
And you're like this.
I know. Can you imagine?
How funny would that be?
I don't know. You do. I guess your testosterone. I'll tell you what I notice at 48 is it takes me a lot longer to recover. But I roll out and I do all that kind of stuff. There is what I think is interesting is that I've been listening to like the people that know how to work you out. Like there's a way to work out, as you know. There's a science to it because you come from the meathead mentality a long time ago. A lot of it which works, but it was like deadlift, bench, squat.
Not anymore.
Clean. No, I know, but you were saying for years in football, the idea was eat a lot of food, lift fucking heavy weights, but now it's become such a science. Now there's a way to do it with
kind of.
Is it or no?
It
what
depends,
do you think,
man? Everyone's different. Everyone's body's different.
Right.
It also depends what trainer. You got to be careful who you listen to.
Yes.
You
100%.
definitely have to be careful.
Yeah.
Because if a trainer's like, Bryan, I need you to start eating this cow shit, you're gonna have a bowl of cow shit in this studio today.
Yeah. Well,
you got to be careful.
Yeah,
because you're very easily swayed. I feel like
I am.
When it comes to athletics.
I am for 3 days and then I go back.
I agree.
Like I'll be like, yeah, I got to do this, and then 3 days later I'm like, this is stupid. Like this is dumb. But that's the thing. I mean, you've got to kind of everything is different. I'll tell you what makes me feel really good. Like this is weird, but if I work out really hard for a short period of time and it's heavy weight, I have crazy energy for the next 2 days. And when I say energy, my dick is harder than a diamond.
Really?
Well, it could be, yeah. If I want to get it going. So
if I want to get it going.
Maybe that's a little too much information.
No,
but the point is that clearly something's going on with my
That's with everyone,
testosterone.
though. I think that's with a lot of people, man.
Yeah,
if
but
you work out, it releases endorphins.
The first thing I say to people, I see a lot of people who just can't get out of their chair. They're just down. They're just bummed. Life does that to you, right? If you focus on the wrong things, shit sucks. And the first thing you see with people is they go like this. Whenever I see somebody who doesn't have their life together, I always hear this. They always go, God, I got to get started. I'm going to start getting back in the gym. I started about 4 months ago. I was doing it every day, and then, just shit hasn't. Hey, bro.
It's called being in a rut.
Just start by getting into a class. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care if it's Pilates or CrossFit or whatever, or a jiu-jitsu class.
Do something.
Just start. And you will that one painful session will get you going.
See, I walk by when they're like, "Oh, I'm down." I go, "Yeah, got a case of the Mondays, huh?" And it's Friday, just to just kind of shit on their day even more.
That's really funny.
Yeah, case of the Mondays, huh? Bro, it's Friday. Yeah, I know. You look like Monday though.
I like that.
You look like a Monday.
Well, that's
I like Mondays.
My friend who was really mean, he used to take the hottest girl in school. The girl who's the most vain, who just, and he'd go like this. He'd just walk by and go, "Ooh." They go, "Huh?" They go, "Are you sick?" And they go, "Why?" And he goes, "No, you just look pale." And he'd keep walking.
Yeah, certain guys do that. That's like
so
that's like their whole game, to insult the girl.
Well, he would only do it to girls that were mean and were like the mean girls who were really hot.
Have you ever been around someone when a hot girl walks in? Like you'd be like, "Oh, I bet you're the typical stupid blonde from LA." I'm like, Hey man, not the way to go.
Don't insult the girl like that.
Not the way to go.
No.
Hate to tell you, your game's terrible.
No, my buddy read in the book The Game. Do you ever read that book by Neil Strauss?
Not, Brian.
It's an amazing book about the psychology of picking up women, and he studied. There are guys that actually do this and study it, and it was really. And he actually tried to live it that way for a while. I actually had dinner with him and talked about it. A really interesting book on psychology and female psychology.
I don't need to read the book. Number one, be funny.
Be funny, but there are ways that regular dudes see. You walk in and you're hungry eyes, so it's never been a problem for you.
No, that's not true, man. Because I know bigger guys. See, that's a cop out. Because
No, you're
that'll
good. No, you're right.
that'll start a conversation.
Right.
But that's like when you see a hot girl, you walk up to her. If there's nothing going on up here, it's like, all right,
Sure.
what the fuck we gonna do?
But
I'm not that guy.
No, you're 100%.
I have some friends who are meatheads where we walk into the room, a girl approached them, and then it's just like, well, all right.
Yeah.
You have the
you're
have
always
the personality of a spoon.
No, you're interested in hanging out, and having a laugh. You know what I mean? I mean, you'll get them laughing, and you approach them like a normal human being. It's not an agenda.
Well, and you'll know too. Like we'll be in a group, whatever, and our buddies will bring over girls, and I won't even acknowledge them because I'm just there to have a good time.
Like the other night,
exactly.
That girl was hungry eyeing you. She was literally like just started talking to you, and you were basically like, "Hey, how you
I'm just
doing?"
trying to hang out with my friends, man.
Yes.
She's like, "Oh, what kind of shoes are those?" I'm like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Like loud.
She was
in front of everyone. What kind of shoes are those? I'm
her
like,
her
"The
mating.
greats."
Yeah.
Oh, you ever seen these? I'm like, I haven't. Have a good night, though.
She was redlining. Her mating meter hit red. She was just like, huh? Nee, 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 nee. I saw it. She couldn't stop staring at you. She was
then you go, not interested, huh? You go, dude, I'm just trying to eat this pasta and hang out, man.
Right, with your boys.
Yeah.
It's way
That's all
more
I care
fun.
about. So,
but wait, so Neil Strauss though said in the book, what they'll say is that if you like a girl, you'll kind of insult them, and then what happens is because they're not used to it, they'll go what, and then that's how you bring them in because now they're reaching, and then
I
you
disagree
well,
with
it's
that,
all
man.
manipulation, which I don't like.
you know what? I'd have to see a picture of your friend.
Oh no, you should see him. He's
He looks like shit.
well, he's not the most
No.
attractive man.
I'll tell you what he looks like. Shit. And that's who writes those books.
That's the problem.
I know he's your friend.
No, he's not my friend.
He's not your friend?
I only had dinner with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was your buddy.
No, and I read the book.
I could have told you he looks like shit.
Well,
Who
he's
wrote that book?
he's about
Oh,
5.
this is what you do. You insult him to get him intrigued. How about no?
He weighs about 120
How about you
pounds.
Yeah, exactly. And
he's bald.
probably dresses like Oscar the Grouch.
bald, yeah.
This is what you do, man. Be friendly. Have no motive.
I agree
You know what I'm
with you.
saying? Don't be a
Don't
creep.
manipulate.
Just be a guy. Just be normal.
So this guy I know.
Don't have a pickup line.
So check this out. So we're eating, and this guy goes like this. This guy, I'm with him. He's a writer, and
This is the guy that wrote the book.
No, this is another
Okay,
guy. He's kind of
different
a
guy.
tool. And the girl, the waitress, is a young girl, and she goes, "Do you guys want some beers?" And he goes like this. He goes, "Is that a wig?" And she goes, "What?" And he goes, "Is that a wig?" She was really pretty, and she goes, "No." And I go, "Doesn't look like a wig. I don't know what he's talking about." She goes away, and she goes away, kind of weird. And he goes, "You ever read the game?" I go, "What?" He goes, "The game. You want to insult him first, and then watch. Now I'll bring him in." And I go, "Hey, loser.
Yeah,
First of all, you're 40. You loser. She's like a 23-year-old girl.
Yeah.
She's got enough insecurities living in this
Yeah,
shitty
man.
town. I don't need you pulling your stupid, your stupid psychology games."
And you know what? I'm going to embarrass you in front
donut.
of everyone you do that to a girl.
Correct.
Because guess who's better at that game than you are? Me. I'm going to embarrass you in front of everybody.
Right. And you know what I said to him? I go, in the movie, you're the guy I punched in the face, right?
100%.
That's what I said.
You're the tool in the movie.
Yeah.
You get if we're casting a movie for this scene
You're
right
the
now.
tool.
You're the tool.
Yeah. By the way, just proved you're a tool. And those clicks, that's where I go, click. I go, ooh, can't hang out with you, really, can I?
Nope, can't be my friend.
Unfortunately, I can't hang out with you, sir. You're a
You know what?
donut.
And a good borderline for that, too, is, oh, did you read that book, The Game? Oh, you like that book? Cool. Can't be your friend. Guess how many books I've read on picking up girls? 0. It's called Life Experience.
Well, to be fair, Neil Strauss is actually a really good journalist who does a lot of these. He went and studied the guys that actually hold seminars on how to pick up girls. He wasn't flattering to them. He just tried the techniques, which was really interesting.
Seminars how to pick
Yeah.
up girls.
Yes.
If you're signing up for that class, hate to tell you,
You're a loser.
you got a small dick.
Yeah.
You got a small dick.
I think some
if,
guys-
If you meet a girl, some guys struggle with it. They just don't have the personality. I get that.
Yeah.
But man, most of the time you sign up for those classes, dude, just go sign up on eHarmony.
How about the guys that teach it? The problem is that a lot of guys are so desperately lonely, and they just are so afraid of women.
eHarmony, bro.
I know they're so afraid of women they don't even know how to talk to them. So
I get that.
I sympathize.
I get
with
that.
Yeah.
Well, those guys I get.
Yeah.
I'm talking the guys that teach it. The guys that teach
Well, how about
it?
Tom Cruise and Magnolia? That's based on a real guy.
You ever seen Hitch?
No.
For sure, don't be sick. Have you ever seen Hitch? You've never seen Hitch?
No.
It's Will Smith.
That was so mean. Keely just had a little cough. She went. and
She's been sick for like
sure don't be sick.
7 weeks. She has Ebola.
Sick with
And
love.
she came here. Sick with hotness.
Love
Whatever.
sick.
Hey, so you've never seen Hitch? So Will Smith is this guy who he's like a ladies' man, and guys reach out to him they're like, I like this girl. How should I get her? So he creates a game plan, wardrobe, dancing, sets up dates for them.
Ooh.
Oh, it's one of my favorite
Hey, you want to
movies.
pick up girls? Take a salsa class. Learn how
I
to
agree.
salsa dance.
Or go to yoga, man.
Yoga.
What?
Yeah.
Yoga in Santa Monica.
But you don't want to be the creep on the mat because
No,
a lot of guys are like,
again,
"Eh."
bro. Again, no agenda.
Right.
Go there just to learn yoga,
Yep.
and you might meet a nice girl.
100%.
But if you go there and you have your hair gelled and you got fucking, Lululemon from top to bottom, you look like an ass clown.
Yep.
Just go there to have a good time.
Correct.
Don't go there to meet girls. How many times have I ever been out to meet a girl? Zero.
Right.
Zero. I go to have a good
If
time.
that's your mission, forget it. They're going to read it on you.
Yeah.
The times I've picked up women have been when and I swear to God, I mean this. It was the times I was just pumped to be with my boys.
Evan, grab a notepad.
I
Write
was
this
just
down.
psyched to be with
Evan,
my boys.
write this down.
And I was so into my friends.
Yeah, man.
And hanging and laughing. And then if we saw girls, it was almost like we had an audience now, which were the girls. We're just going to hang out. Like, woohoo. And then guess what? You're at your best because you're hanging with your boys and you're laughing and you're being funny. And then they like you.
What happens anytime we're at dinner, if someone, even if, not that we're trying to hit on anything,
Yeah.
but if a buddy brings his girlfriend, you and I put on a show.
Of course.
Because we like to put on shows.
Yeah.
That's what we do every
Love
time.
a female audience.
Really do.
100%.
That's why we have a female intern.
My favorite
For this
thing.
number one reason,
Yep.
okay? Because I know Brian better than anyone.
Yep.
And he knows me, and we like to put on a show.
That's right.
If you weren't here, the show would suck.
Throw some female energy in here and we are off to the races.
Ev, what's the last date you went on?
Last date I went on, probably like a month ago, 2 months ago.
And where did you go?
Tri-season.
Little dry, huh? About 2 months ago.
Is that a dog barking distance?
Well, we're talking
We went
about,
to we went to
about
Jurassic
dates
Park
here.
2.
These are like
That would be
formal
7
dates,
years
right?
ago.
Is that sagebrush? Is that an old saloon? Is there anybody here? Here?
You can just hear the tumble. You can just hear the tumbleweed
Yeah.
going through my dating life.
No, give us the date and we'll grade you on the date. I'm
we
going to go you and then I'm going to go UK. So you tell us your last date and then you tell us your last date. Go, Ev, and we're going to critique it. Go.
Real simple, just dinner and drinks.
Well, okay. Well,
That's
there's
it.
your first problem. You're not a detailed individual.
No.
Did you pick her up?
No, she met me at my house and then we drove over together.
And what happened after dinner and drinks?
Well, no, hold on. Let me get into this. Where was dinner?
At this, I don't know, it's like a bar.
Okay, well, there's
Kinda
your first
deal.
problem. So it was at a bar.
Nice bar though.
No, I get that,
Nice
but there's a bar?
Did you eat at the? Did you eat at the?
It's like a gastropub kind of deal.
Did you? Oh, okay. Did you eat at the bar?
No, at the bar top? No.
Okay.
Normal table like a normal person.
What'd you order to eat?
I don't remember. It was like 2 months ago.
You don't remember what you ordered to eat?
2 months ago.
2
Why
years.
would I
It was
remember
2 years
that?
ago, dude. So
Yes,
give it.
it's very suspect. Did you order chicken wings?
No.
Ribs?
No.
Those are all no-nos.
Yeah, because it's just too sloppy, right?
What?
So where are you from?
Absolutely not.
More like my
What
fingers.
did you order to drink? Do you remember?
Probably an old fashioned.
Ooh,
What did she order?
not bad. It's a gentleman.
Can't
know.
remember. These are this not
Why
bad.
would I need? Why would I need to remember that?
Ooh, because it's fine.
You're obviously much more detail oriented than I am with this.
Well, you're talking about.
I show up. I'm on autopilot, and then
Now you don't
we're
want to.
good.
No, there's no autopilot.
Oh, so the date and the dinner is formality until you can get her in bed. That's what young guys do. I understand.
Yeah,
I know.
basically.
I know.
What
Guys
happened
like,
after-
"Eat, hurry
There's a
up."
reason there's not a lot of detail here, and it's 'cause
What
I
happened
don't
after-
particularly care that much.
Yeah.
So you didn't like her. So that was the last time you saw her.
Yeah.
So it was a failure.
It was a one and done. It wasn't a failure.
You obviously liked her enough to, because I'm only inviting a girl out in public if I like her. So you obviously liked her enough to invite her to dinner and drinks.
Yeah, she was fine.
And what happened afterwards?
Hooked up.
Hey, bro. How about a little detail instead of one-word answers? So it's fine. It's hooked up.
It's suspect.
My-
it's
my-
suspect, right?
Sir,
my
are
one-word
you-
answers are my way of conveying to Schaub that let's for sure not talk about my dating life.
Oh, okay,
Why?
Okay. He feels a little uncomfortable.
You're
He may have,
uncomfortable
he
with
may
it.
have a
Oh, hate it.
situation going on.
You hate it.
I don't like talking about myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more about the situation.
He gets a little shy. That's all. He's shy.
That's all good. Kay,
I'm
get on
trying
that
to be
mic.
invisible here.
Kay, get on that mic. What was your last date?
It'd be funny if Evan just started crying. He was like, "I'm gay as shit." Okay.
His name is Dave.
He was 6'4" and he's black as night. It's my type.
His name was
I
his
can't
name
have
was Tyrone.
it. I'm a sucker for a huge dick, sucker for a huge, and he starts singing. And we're like, Evan,
That'd
I didn't
be
know
awesome.
you could sing. I'm
That'd
a
be
sucker
awesome.
for a huge dick. In case you guys were wondering whether or not we were going to bring dicks into the conversation again.
There you go.
Of course
well,
we are.
Of course you did.
Well, of course I did.
That would be the most epic transition ever if Evan's like, listen, guys, I'm gay as shit. His name is Tyrone.
Right.
I sucked his dick in the back of a
And
Civic.
this is a fake beard. Huh?
Rips his beard off.
Evan, you're phony.
Ah!
Can't just be yourself, man.
All right, Kay, go. Last date.
I went to the OC fair. But I love
Was
that
it
kind
his
of
idea
stuff.
or yours? For sure yours, because you do all these
Man, did he
activities.
want to kill himself after that date? Or?
No, it was
Fairs are
fun.
great. I love fairs.
Was it just you?
Song.
It was a group.
Cotton candy.
It was just him and I, but then like my friends came later on in the night. But this is a guy I've been dating. So
Right.
Before that, I
What was your
single.
first date with this guy?
We went to jet skiing next to San Diego.
Ooh.
That was his idea?
Yeah, it was his idea.
So did he pick you up and drive down to San
Yeah.
Diego? Did you stay the night there?
No, we went to his house.
Oh, did he take his shirt off and jet ski? Was
Okay.
he shirtless? Or
And
did
then
he?
the next day we went to Dave and Buster's. Like he had this whole thing planned.
Yeah, it's a terrible place, but
Now,
you're
is, now,
fun.
is he
What do you mean?
is he 13 or?
no.
Well, Dave and Buster's was my idea. Jet skiing
It's
was
fine.
his.
No, let me ask you this: when you jet skied, did he peel his shirt off and put on a life vest, and then he was showing off the guns? And does he have guns, or is he built like an accountant?
Legit point.
He's pretty toned.
Wait, was it
toned.
one jet ski or two?
It was one.
That's a classic move because she has to be on the back.
Oh, and that's very smart. And,
Wait, but no, I was riding it first. The fuck? I want to go on that shit.
and he was
He was
cupping
in
your
the back.
breasts.
He was behind you just like this.
Probably.
It's classic move, one jet ski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, your guys' date life kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, well, jet skis might be fun, huh?
That was fun.
Yeah. Well,
Jet skis are good.
what can you do? How about when we played some volleyball? Aubrey Marcus honey dicked us. Oh,
He's a hustler.
oh, you weren't there. I forgot.
Because he's a good volleyball player.
That boy can play some volleyball.
Wow.
Put it on us.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
We won one.
Of
He
course
won
he's
two.
good at volleyball.
He was no. Good.
Really good.
No,
like-
not like he's
like
an
he's a
athlete.
player.
No, fuck you.
Like
I'm
he's
a
a-
way better athlete.
Yeah,
The guy can play some
he
volleyball.
can play some volleyball.
Yeah, man.
So he's better than
he
all
was
of us.
stretching and shit. And I'm like, why are you stretching? He's like, swimming up, bro. And then like hitting the ball by himself. I'm like, man, he's keeping that thing going for a long time.
Yeah, well,
And
there's
then
a
it hit me.
volleyball add on it, and he's got a sand pit at his house.
That's what it hit
Son
me.
of a
I went,
bitch.
this son of a bitch honey dicked me.
You're a
He has
son of a
court
bitch.
in his backyard. They play all the time.
Uh,
Spiked it right in Tony Jeffries'
probably
face.
He did.
Right in his
Son
face.
of a bitch. He's probably got a freaking. Tony doesn't need any more shots to the face. He's probably got a coach or something, and he took the net down, so we didn't know.
I agree. What,
Bastard.
was there a net up? No, there wasn't.
No.
Because we were wrestling.
I'd have a
on it.
net up there.
Me too. But so then we go there. We go to Scopa, our favorite restaurant. Bryan Callen, Will Sasso, myself. We meet there. Sit down, order. Brian goes, oh, shit. I got to go. I got a set. Takes off.
Yep.
So it's just me and Will.
I go to the comedy store.
Now, I love Will. I
Yeah.
love Will Sasso. You ever heard a story from Will Sasso?
Oh, we tease him all the
It
time.
is so detailed. I was like, bro.
Oh, we tease him all the
Bro.
time. Hey, Will, get to the fucking point. Hey, Will. Hey, long story, Will. Hey, forever story, Will. This is to Will Sasso.
Will Forever Story Sasso.
Hey, forever story. Way too many
No,
details. with
Will
no
Never
point,
Ending
Will.
Story Sasso.
Yeah. Hey,
Will Never
hey, Will.
Ending Story
Hey,
Sasso.
Will Never Ending Story Sasso. That actually never really has an ending.
By the
because-
time he gets to the point, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck I am.
Oh my God.
He told this story. First of all, I was at Scopa for 6 hours.
Yeah, 6.
I love that place. 6 hours is way too much.
Yeah.
Sasso's telling me about his love life. 4 hours go by. I'm like, oh, God. I snap out. I'm like, wait, what?
Hey, Will. Hey,
He
Will.
goes back over
Will,
everything.
you girl. You know how girls can talk forever about the relationship? Hey, Will, you girl.
But you know how they
You're
go
an
through
overgrown
details?
girl with no hair.
He'll be like, now listen. Now Kelly was like this, and she has this friend Megan. Now Megan grew up in Ohio, not like Cincinnati, Ohio. She was like Cleveland.
Oh.
Now Cleveland, I'm like, holy, I don't give a fuck where she grew up.
Hey, bro, button your stories. I hope you listen to this.
Hey, clean it up,
Hey,
Sasso.
everybody. Hey, do me a favor, all you guys.
Tweet them.
Tweet the shit out of him. Tell him, hey, Will, shorten your stories.
Edit your stories.
Button and edit your stories before you waste my time. You were there for actually 7 hours. I went to do stand-up. Jeremy Piven, our boy, comes
I
in.
waited because Piven was coming
He
back.
comes
so I got
in.
him a
He's
table.
in from London, wanting to hang with his boys. So I meet you guys at Scopa.
Scopa.
Yeah, and then Jeremy.
I had
and
a great time with
me, Jeremy, and
Piven.
Sasso shut that place down basically.
I had to go, man.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the booth. Brian was telling a story. I went, hey, I need to get out. Like, where you going? I'm like, the fuck home.
Yep.
I can't handle it anymore. You know when you're in a
I'll tell you
place
what,
too
though.
long,
I'll tell you
your
what.
vision starts getting like
Yep.
all near.
I'll tell you what though.
Like this. I felt like this in there.
Yeah.
I had to
Like a horse
freak
with
out.
blinders. Will Sasso though, still putting it down, still funny as shit.
Oh,
Until the
Super
end.
talented.
Until the end, that guy's got funny for days. He's funny. Will might be the funniest human being in the world, but fuck you and your stories.
Yeah.
Straight up,
No.
Will.
Hey,
fuck
Will's
you and your
Will's
stories.
the best. Fuck you and the stories.
Hey,
though.
bro, you edit your stories down 100%. By 90%, and they're still too long.
My girl's like, oh, how was dinner? I'm like, what'd you guys talk about? I'm like, I couldn't even tell you.
Some guys.
We covered so much info.
Yeah.
You know when you get out of a 2-hour lecture in college? That's what I felt like.
Guys don't care. Guys don't want details. I don't give a shit about your details. Hey, if you hook up with a girl, don't even want to hear the details. Just what happened. Did it happen? Cool, great. I don't need to know about what she was wearing and what her shoes were and what her friend is and where her sister's from. And did it happen? And don't tell me a story where it almost happened. If you tell me a 20-minute story and it didn't happen and you didn't get laid, oh, will you give me that 20 minutes back right now?
Some guys are just bad with stories, man. Just bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Will.
Is there anything worse?
Hey, Will,
Is there
get
anything
it
worse?
together.
Is there anything worse than the guy that tells shitty stories and they're
How was Will's V-ball?
better. His friend was, I know he listened to the show, was terrible. And I had to yell at him.
Who's his friend?
I don't know. Forget his name.
You're being mean.
Nah, man. He's really trying to win against Aubrey. I feel like if we had a better player than his friend, we would have won.
Did Aubrey, his team
They
won every
picked on
time?
him, too. They kept serving to him.
Oh.
And he missed 3 in a row. I went, come on, man. Come on, man.
You know, if you haven't played sand volleyball, though, a lot of times, the first couple times, you're a complete spaz.
Yeah, maybe don't play with us, huh? Or maybe play on the other team.
Maybe, huh?
Boy, it really drove me nuts.
It
But I
did.
was being nice to him because like, Sasso was there, you know. I know it's his boy.
Yeah. We'll bring him back.
I want to be like, hey, how about you jump on the other
Hey,
team?
bro,
huh?
you go over there.
Hey, let's switch things up. No, just you over there.
Yeah. All right.
It was good to see Piven, though, man.
Yeah, it was great.
He looked good. I
looked
told him, I
good.
said, this might be the best I've ever seen you look.
I know. He had that white shirt on. You know that white shirt probably cost like a regular white T-shirt probably cost $300. But that's why it looks so good. I was like, the shirt looks good. I want that shirt.
He looked good.
Yeah, he did.
I want to go to his house on Sunday for a little get together. I just couldn't, man.
I
You
couldn't.
know, I did 11 shows last week.
That's a lot.
11 shows?
That's a lot, though, right?
No, I count.
UFC
Rogan's is 2. Yeah, 4 UFC nows. I had a podcast Monday.
You count Rogan's as 2?
Oh yeah, 3 hours.
Oh, that's not 2. That's one show, though.
No,
So I
it's-
knew you were lying a little bit.
I'm sorry. 10, Brian. You did 1.
No, I did Tarek
You did
and
Tarek.
Jake. I did one on Monday.
You didn't do one on Monday. I came here by myself.
Oh, shit. I did Wednesday,
Yeah, you did 1.
Friday. Wednesday, Friday.
Who did we have on Wednesday?
So I
We
did
got
3.
We got Big Black this week.
Mhm.
We got Big Black this week from Rob and Big. Brian has no idea who he is, but I'll educate you and show you videos. And then we got Justin Wren coming in tomorrow.
Justin Wren.
Justin's coming in tomorrow.
Yep.
All right.
Justin Wren.
Justin
from
Wren.
Bellator. Think now's the best time to go on? All right.
No, I'm just looking up what I have to talk about. Go on. Carry on.
Yeah, man. How about the Fire and the Kid first live show is sold out
Dude, I am
October
so
1st,
impressed
Spray
with that.
Improv. Are you?
I am. So you don't realize how, as a comic, when you sell out 6 weeks in advance, that's a big deal.
Is it? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. When
You expected it. For me, like, it's very hard to sell out the Brea Improv.
I thought the
that
venue was
quickly.
too small.
Well, listen, we're going to do Tempe Improv sometime in October, in November. And that's 450 people. But the fact that we're selling out that quickly.
That's
is-
good, right?
The fact that I go to the Comedy Store and I take 20 pictures with people who are fans of The Fighter and the Kid is kind of amazing. The irony is I'm getting more famous and more fame from a podcast than anything I've ever done, including Mad TV, including
Me too. Me and Rogan were talking about this. Rogan goes, "This might be the biggest thing you've ever done." I went, "Bigger than the Ultimate Fighter?" He goes, "I think it's bigger than your fighting career or anything."
It keeps growing. I mean, that's the thing.
Well, and the other thing, there's no, like, we're our own boss, right? Like,
Yeah.
you and I are in charge of this ship.
Yeah.
That's what's pretty cool. We started this off a weird fucking studio off Casio in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
right? And here we are now.
Well, it's kind
Because
of
the only people who can fuck this up,
yeah.
Brian and Brendan.
It's
is
consistency.
rare.
Consistency. Yes, you're right. By the way, it is rare.
It's rare.
A lot of bands break up. If you read about it, a lot of bands break up because egos get in the way.
Well, we were talking about with Rogan too. So there's been a lot of podcasts where they always have partners and they don't mix. He said there's a ton of guys who've started podcasts together for a reason they just don't mix. One guy thinks the other's getting too much credit. One guy wants to speak. He doesn't know when to jump in, so they break up.
Yeah, that's right.
One guy's on his phone during the show, and the other guy wants to break his phone and punch him in the face.
Well, no,
You know,
I'm looking.
It's very weird. It's
I'm
very
looking
weird
up-
that could possibly happen. It's a good thing we don't have that problem here.
No, I'm actually bringing in a fan who said something really interesting that I wanted to talk about. But keep talking. I'm just looking.
I'm excited about the live shows, the Bray Improv. I think it's the natural progression of the show. I think the progression is obviously the home base is always the podcast. Like I see some of the fan questions. People are like, "Oh, well, when you guys do the extension of the podcast with the digital episodes or TV show, what's gonna happen to the podcast?" The podcast is always gonna be home base.
Right.
Everything comes from this podcast.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
That we will never stop doing this, no matter what happens.
Well, we should probably tell the people that you're going to do a little stand up. Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
am?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't know that. I've decided that October 1st, you're going to get up and do about. We might start with 3 minutes.
Give me 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll do 5 minutes of comedy.
3 minutes. I need to.
Do you know? Do you have any idea what you're going to do?
I do.
What is it?
Well, I'm not going to talk about it on air, man. I want to keep them surprised.
Nice.
Come on, you don't think?
Are
it's
you
about the
nervous
wheels?
about doing 5 minutes of
No,
stand-up
I'm
comedy?
excited. Super excited.
That's
Well, I
great.
got you and Rogan backing me, man. Come on.
I love
That's
it.
like a college quarterback having Joe Montana and Joe Namath
There you
helping
go.
him out. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. Am I Joe Namath? He's super old.
Well, I
mean,
can't pick young quarterback.
Anybody else? Like Vinny Testaverde even? Like it's got to be fucking Joe Namath from
Super old.
1941.
That's like Frank Tarkenton.
Yeah, Fran Tarkenton, yeah. Well, that's like Fran Tarkenton.
Am I Joe Namath?
Sir.
Yeah, you are.
Joe Montana and Archie Manning.
I got
know.
I got the Godfathers of comedy helping me, man. I'm not nervous at all.
Jim Thorpe. It's like having Jim Thorpe. Like, sir.
It's like Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle behind you, man. It just
Yeah.
feels good.
Those guys are dead. Dead.
Those guys are
dead.
dead. No, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be fun. The live shows are gonna be dope.
I know. I know. It's
We have
fun.
some special guests there too. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
We are going to have some special guests.
Yeah, we are.
Like Barack Obama, everybody.
He's gonna sing the opening song of Fighter and the Kid. Barack
If you could have one
Obama.
dream guest of everybody, who would
For
it
me,
be?
see, we're different.
I know.
Because to me, if the people that I looked up to most are the classic icons of Saturday Night Live. I watch
Yeah.
it every Saturday night with my mom. Every Saturday night. Obsessed with it. Adam Sandler, all those guys.
Yeah.
Tim Meadows,
Who's your favorite Saturday Night performer of all time?
Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, Jimmy Fallon. It's hard
Adam
to pick
Sandler.
one.
Of all the people, Adam Sandler.
I mean, Eddie Murphy's great. Steve Martin's great.
yeah. Adam Sandler out of
I'm
everybody.
a huge Adam Sandler fan. He's so talented, man.
And that's the guy who makes you laugh harder than anybody else.
When he was
It's
on,
okay, I'm
when
just
he
wondering.
was on Saturday Night Live,
Would
yeah,
you like Opera Man and stuff?
all that.
Yeah.
All that. I love that shit. Will Ferrell was great on there too.
Will Ferrell and Chris Farley for me. And oh my God.
Which one?
Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman killed me.
Dude, Phil Hartman was amazing.
Killed me.
Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Chris Rock, I felt it wasn't. Eddie Murphy was, I mean,
Steve
good as he
Martin,
gets.
Martin Short.
Martin Short was amazing.
Martin Short was dope,
yeah,
man.
Giants.
What?
Incredible.
Incredible.
Martin Short was fucking hilarious.
If you gave me a choice to be UFC champ or host Saturday Night Live, I'd host Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, really.
That's how big of a
Martin
deal it
Short
is.
used to come hang out at Mad TV when I used to do Mad TV because his brother Mike Short, who's really funny, was a writer on and Mike is 6'5", and Martin
What?
and Martin is 5'8", 6 or something. It's such a weird difference. But Martin Short would watch as we were doing sketches, and it was just so weird to have Martin Short there watching.
How talented is he?
He's phenomenal.
Crazy, right?
He's phenomenal.
Jimmy Fallon's so talented.
Jimmy Fallon was never a great sketch comic, but Jimmy Fallon is as good to me at being a talk show host, and I think he's thrown the whole thing into he's changed everything.
He might be he's the best we've seen so far.
Because he said, why do we have to be orthodox? Why can't we hire a bunch of super good writers and be silly and just do shit nobody ever thought about?
Have you ever seen his impersonations though?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he's good.
Amazing, especially when he sings and shit.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Chris Farley documentary? Our buddy
No.
Will Sasso's in it.
He is?
Will Sasso's in it. He just does a little short monologue, but Will Sasso's in it.
Wow.
Did you see it, Ev?
Yeah.
Did we talk about it already? No.
I don't think so.
Not really.
No.
Did you see it? Okay. It was on Spike TV, which is weird, which is dope because regular TV, but Chris Farley's documentary is on Spike. It's fucking dope to see him because he goes to the Chicago Improv, right? And they have Mike Myers there. Mike Myers Saturday Night Live, right? Huge.
Yeah.
Mike Myers goes to Chicago to watch, and see, because Tim Meadows, there's all these guys who came from Chicago Improv.
I performed on that stage,
I
Second
bet,
City.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Me
I
and
want
Rogan
to talk
did.
to you about it. I'm glad we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And he goes back to Saturday Night Live, and who's the Lauren Michaels goes, oh, is anyone good out there? And he goes, Chris Farley. Only saw him for like 3 seconds. Goes, is a superstar. He's a bigger star than I've ever seen.
Damn.
He goes, I saw him for 3 seconds. Like, oh, that guy's gonna be the biggest thing there is.
Damn.
That's how talented he was.
Damn, he's so amazing.
It was dope seeing all this stuff and seeing him on Saturday Night Live, but then they just kind of, and I get it, it's a documentary, but they just kind of overshadow his drug issues.
Yeah.
It was just like this great. Oh, and then he died. Well, hey man, let's get on into it.
Yeah.
Let's dive on in.
I
Like
think
the Amy
though-
Winehouse thing. They showed her fucking drug OD needle in the arm. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Damn.
I'm trying
No,
to-
I think with
I'm
Chris
trying
Farley,
to dive into this drug.
Farley would binge, I think. Like, he'd be fine, and he would kind of...
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had I forget, they had Phil Hartman talking. Obviously, he passed away, but they had a lot of other people talking. And they're like, yeah, like Chris would be good for a while, and then he would come on set, and his eyes would be all glazed over, and he'd be sweating. Like, oh, fuck, he's back on it.
Yeah.
Like, you go in and out.
Yeah.
He struggled with fame, I guess, and being funny.
It's I remember when Phil Hartman died, I got off the plane and I just worked with him, and Jimmy Burke left me a message, my best friend in New York City, and he said, hey Bubba, I don't know if you heard, but Phil Hartman died. And he goes, I get this message, he goes, Phil Hartman died. I know, bud. I know. He knew I was gonna be like,
Yeah,
what?
you're gonna be upset.
He goes, I know, Bub. It's his wife.
His
I
wife
guess,
killed him, right?
He
Murder,
used to
suicide.
always. I remember talking. It was when I didn't even know Joe so well, but I was playing his brother, and he would tease.
Phil?
Yeah, he would tease. He would draw heads. Like Joe would draw the outline of like
Joe?
Andy Dick's Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Because he was on that show. He was on the show with Phil Hartman. He
Which
was on
show?
News Radio.
Oh, okay.
One of the best shows ever.
Yeah.
One of the best sitcoms ever
Amazing
to
show.
this day, in my opinion. And he would draw everybody's head. So he would draw Andy Dick's head. And Andy Dick, he would write like what goes on in your brain, and Andy's head would be like alimony, and then a huge thing that just said dick, like cock.
Joe can draw too.
Yes,
Really
And
well.
then he'd draw Phil Hartman's head, and he'd draw like comedy, food, and Canada's pesky divorce laws. I think he was from Canada or wherever he was, or California's
pretty sure
pesky,
he's Canadian.
or California's pesky divorce, or whatever. In other words, he always had problems, I guess, with his
His wife was crazy.
She was a trophy wife. Phil didn't get the girl probably in high school. It's kind of and he
Nothing wrong with a trophy wife.
he marries the hot girl, but
Nothing
she
wrong
turned
with
out to
that.
be crazy and I think a drug addict, and then shot herself.
What a fucking bummer,
It's such
man.
a tragedy, man. I feel so. Those poor children. I hope they're doing okay. Because Phil Hartman was a giant. He was such a fucking good
So
guy.
talented.
Such a good guy. Such a talented guy. And he's just great all the way around.
Dude, when
It was such a bummer for Joe. I remember.
I bet, man. When they show pictures of the old school Saturday Night Live crews, like in the back, like riding, God, think about the times they had.
Incredible.
I want
To
in.
work with a
I
guy like
want
that,
in.
for me to work with a guy like that, who I thought was funny, standing still. That dude, Phil Hartman could, it's very rare when you work with somebody who literally, we were doing a scene, Joe and I, and we were faced off and about to fight, and Phil would look at both of us, And I kept breaking in the scene. I kept laughing, and we had to do it again
Laughing.
because just the way he would stand and look at you was hilarious.
David Spade, man.
David Spade's great.
Super talented, too.
He's great.
You want, what is that, a fan email you got there?
No, I was going to read Drop in Knowledge.
Oh, you got a drop in knowledge segment?
Got a little
for us?
drop in, and now it's time for. All right. Well, here's what I want to say. Do you think that the world's population is growing, or do you think it's declining? What do you think?
Growing at a rapid pace.
At a rapid pace.
Rapid pace.
Evan, what do you think?
Definitely growing rapid pace.
Yeah. Keely? Yeah, you'd be wrong. In fact,
For sure.
In
don't
fact-
everyone agree with me.
in fact,
You could
there.
tell by his tone I was wrong.
Well, but this is very important because a lot of people think, well, we're just. In fact, there are a lot of countries, including China.
I see. I was gonna say China.
Yeah.
Because there's a limit on how many kids you can have.
Yes, for a
if you
long
have
time.
a girl, is it a girl they kill you off or something?
No, they don't kill you. Well, there were
Some shit like that.
forced abortions.
Yeah, man.
A family was allowed to have one child, and if you had two, the penalties were severe. And there were cases when women were rounded up and forced to have abortions. So thank you, totalitarian, not a totalitarian state, but thank you, communism. I love central authority.
So we're off.
So you're off. In fact, one of the biggest problems for countries like Germany and Italy and China even, and one of the things that they're talking about is, are they going to have a workforce that can keep up with their economy? Now, here's the thing. Because people have less children, in most countries, you've got to have 2.1. A woman has to have 2.1 children on average to keep up with the death rate.
And I'm assuming Generation X isn't doing that.
They're not. So in huge areas of Europe and places like, China and stuff, and including even the Middle East, believe it or not, where the mean age in a lot of Middle Eastern countries is 40. Population, we are not expanding exponentially the way they thought. And because the population and people are living longer. So what you're going to have is a lot of really old people and not enough young people to sustain the
Well,
economy.
with technology, people are living longer, right?
Yes.
That's why.
Yes. In fact, so I'll read this really quickly. This is kind of crazy. There's no question that the populations of most European countries will decline in the next generation. And in the cases of Germany and Russia, the decline will be dramatic. In fact, the entire global population explosion is ending. In virtually all societies, from the poorest to the wealthiest, the birth rate among women has been declining. In order to maintain population stability, the birth rate must remain at 2.1 births per woman. Above that, and the population rises. Below that, it falls. In the advanced industrial world, the birth rate is already substantially below 2.1. In middle-tier countries such as Mexico or Turkey, the birth rate is falling but will not reach 2.1 until between 2040 and 2050. In the poorest countries such as Bangladesh or Bolivia, the birth rate is also falling, but it will take most of the century to reach 2.1.
You know what? I feel like Batman right now. I know what I got to do.
What
It's
are you
time
going
to
to
start
Start fucking.
throwing some dick.
You got to start throwing
I'm
some
just going
dick.
to fly around the world and throw this dick.
Thank you. Well, here,
I'm,
and
like,
let me.
I'm
and,
going to be like Batman.
and let me button this.
Put up the big brown sign and I'll come there with my dick out.
Let me button this with the stat. As of 2010, about 48% of the world population lives in nations with sub-replacement fertility. That means they're not replacing people as fast as people are dying. 48% of the world's population lives in nations with sub-replacement fertility. Wow. That's kind of crazy. So that's like
weird.
yeah.
I thought for sure
Europe, Canada,
I thought
Australia.
overpopulation was a huge issue.
know.
Because they make it seem that way,
They
right?
do. Europe, Canada, Australia, Brazil, Russia, Iran, Tunisia, China, many other countries or areas that have the lowest fertility: Hong Kong, Macau, Singapore,
No, yeah, there's
Taiwan,
a lot.
Ukraine, and Lithuania.
Yeah, I know a bunch.
That's kind of crazy, right?
That's
and
insane.
I never thought that.
I know. I thought you were lying.
Yeah,
That's a for sure stat, though.
it's a for
That's
sure
not like
stat.
Eddie Bravo stat.
No. That's a for sure stat. That is from a global tracking. I'll give you the. Well, it doesn't
No, you
matter.
don't
But
have
anyway,
to, but I
it's a
trust you.
very
Yeah, I
very
just
credible
wanted-
source.
yeah.
It's also actually from the United Nations.
Moral of the story: start making babies, people.
Well, you can
Who wants to have a baby with Big Brown?
There you go. We need people like
need
you with
more
your
Big Browns.
with your genetics. We want some big people.
Do you want bigger people?
Well,
I don't think so.
you know why?
I don't
Because
think people want bigger
big people don't live that long, so we want them young and strong, and then they hey man, I'm just saying, bro. Big dogs don't
I agree,
don't live
man.
forever.
I know.
Nah, you'll live a long time because you're healthy.
I don't think so, man.
You don't. You
I
think you're
don't
going to
think so.
die early.
Yeah, I do.
I don't think you are.
Nah, I do, man.
I think you're very healthy.
Pretty healthy. Done a lot of shit in my life, man.
Yeah, you have.
Name the biggest grandpa you know. Go. Name the biggest grandpa you know with a full sleeve tattoo. Go.
Damn it!
And cauliflower ears. All right, go. I don't know, 42 maybe.
Oh, boy. You got another 10 years, bro.
I get a solid 15, I'd say.
I think you'll live till you're at least 80. No?
Yeah, I'd say 80.
Yeah.
Late
Your
70s.
feet are going to break down. Certain things are going to break
My
the fuck
feet,
down.
man. I brought these new shoes. Dude, I brought these new shoes. The Greats. They're my favorite shoe company out of Brooklyn. They're Italian leather,
Bro,
handmade.
I want those.
Handmade.
What's the company called?
The Greats. Listen to this.
Can I get them online?
Yeah. I'll tell you where. thegreatsbrand.com.
Give 'em a shout out. Give 'em a shout out.
thegreats.com. Go to it. So what they do is the reason, crazy calf leather inside, dope, right? I'll take them off. So you can
Shoes.
see
I
'em.
need some.
But they're very similar to Common Projects, but better quality. But you can't get them at stores because they don't want They don't want these stores hiking up the prices. So they're like $200, $180. Normally it'd be like $500-$600 if you go to
no
Nordstrom's
question,
or Macy's.
no doubt. I've seen those shoes for $500.
They're
shoes
the
like
best,
that?
and they have dope colors. They got cheaper ones than this. They're the best out of Brooklyn, handmade. I think two brothers started.
I'm going.
So dope. Anyways, I order them. Man, depressing, bro. I think I need a size 14. I had to leave these with a shoe cobbler to widen them. It's
Yeah.
my feet, man.
You got some big feet, bub.
Well, no, but I've wore 13 since I was fucking 12.
Your shoe grows. Your
Go and
foot
soak that
grows.
in.
Your
Go and
foot
soak
grows.
that calfskin leather in.
I'm not mad at that. That's a beautiful leather right there.
And
That's
you
a
like-
real leather, dude.
Yeah, man.
For $200,
$200
I'm telling you, if these were sold at John Varvatos, wherever,
Oh.
they're $500,
at least. I get Common Projects. I paid $600 for.
and
Those
they're
are better.
good quality.
The best.
So they
The
run a
greats.
little small. I'm a 10.5.
Then you're gonna wear 10.5 because I just have a fat foot.
Yeah. I got a fat foot.
I'll tell you what. I don't get how this cobbler. Is that what we call him? Cobbler.
Cobbler.
Shoe cobbler.
Yeah.
I don't get how he stays in business. Left these shoes with him to use this machine to widen them. How much do you think a guy would charge for that? They only take cash, by the way. The guy was I don't know, 90 Italian.
Yeah, $12.
$10.
Yeah.
I gave him a 20.
Yeah.
Keep the
Keep
change.
change, bro. He's got
Keep the change, you
keeps it,
filthy
he
animal.
keeps it in a piggy bank.
Straight up.
Oh, put that in there.
It's right off Lincoln,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put that. I know
It's
he is.
$10.
I think I know that guy is.
Well,
Well, being a shoe cobbler, I'd rather die. But making shoes, bespoke shoes. There's a cobbler in England, and he charges $3,600 for a pair of shoes.
all Italian leather.
Yeah.
The Italian leather seems to be a thing.
It's a work of art.
The Greats brand, the reason I like them is because it's these two brothers, and they don't want a middleman. They're like, no.
I'm
get 'em
going to
from us. Boom.
thegreats.com. I swear to God, I'm buying shoes.
Telling you, man, dope colors. Jay,
right.
I'm gonna give Jay Schaub a shout out.
What color should I get?
We'll go over it after this. Your purple ones, I was digging those purple shoes.
like those?
Your wife was right.
Yeah.
Loved them.
Yeah.
You just gotta make sure you wear the right thing. 'Cause you wore purple shoes with a blue shirt, hurt my fucking eyes.
Yeah, hurt your eyes. Can't do it, right?
Can't do that,
Because your
man.
eye doesn't know. You're like, oh, purple. Hey, blue, sky blue.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, you got a good sense of proportion and color. Congratulations.
Thanks, bro.
Big
I love
tits.
me some
Big tits and
got a set of
broad shoulders.
tits on me.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad that we were able to drop that knowledge. So just keep in mind,
Have some babies, everybody.
have babies, or just be aware that when people start saying we're exploding our population, just know that you're usually wrong.
Maybe you know the book my dad was telling me about this book. It's where the media makes it seem
The
like,
Rational Optimist.
Yes,
I've read it.
There you go.
And I
Give it up.
interviewed the author.
Okay,
Great
so
book.
my dad was telling me about that because I was telling my dad about all these problems like in the world, right? Been reading and all that
Yep.
stuff. He's like, you need to read The Rational Optimist.
Matt Ridley.
There you go.
Great
He's like,
book.
you need to read that. He's like, things aren't as bad as everyone portrays at all.
No.
Matter of fact, we're doing way better than
Matt
everyone
Ridley
thinks.
in that book basically takes the average English family less than 150 years ago, and he just talks about how she's got a toothache that there's nobody knows how to help you with your toothache, and he's got essentially the beginnings of pneumonia, is coughing, and dad's going to die. They're both going to be dead by the winter. The one kid's going to get diphtheria, the other kid's going to get measles, and basically everybody's going to die. He talks about how many times you had to bury your kid just 100 years ago, how often you had to bury your kid. The misery index was so much higher than people
Yeah,
realize.
and everyone's talking about terrorists and all this stuff, and actually a lot of it's
You got
way
no
down.
idea.
Yeah.
You got no idea. Well,
Bro, how can we talk? I don't know if this is a current event. Hopefully not. How about the baddest
It is.
Okay. Let's go to current events.
Boom.
Let's
Current
jump.
events.
Love it.
3 Americans on a train in Paris.
USA.
Guy rolls in.
USA, Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu. I think you put him in a rear naked choke.
He's a blue belt.
Ah!
Kid's a Gracie blue belt in Portugal, I think.
Yeah! Gracie, Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu.
3 Americans on a train in Paris. Guy rolls in. He has an AK-47 and a handgun. Starts just firing off rounds from the handgun. And before he could even start firing off the AK, 3 Americans just whooped this dude's ass.
The one guy.
We are a nation of action.
Hey, and the one guy goes, I just kept beating him until he went unconscious.
Good.
And then they kept whooping his ass.
Good.
I probably would have killed him. I'm not gonna
Why
lie
not?
to
You would have, right?
Probably would have killed him.
Because you could just be like, sorry, I squeezed too
I'd
hard.
be like, I didn't know what happened. He had a gun.
Would you hit him in the back of the head? What would you do?
I would rush him and I would choke him out.
You would.
And hang on to the choke until he died.
But what about how do you secure his hands if he's holding a gun?
Well, you got to think about a gun. Think how big it is. Especially, I don't know if they're facing him. I don't think they were if he was facing him. Otherwise, he probably would have got shot. Correct?
Yeah, I would assume so.
So I just move the gun and I'm gonna grab you. And you're going for a ride.
You're going for a ride.
You're going for a ride.
Big Brown's
And it's
taking
gonna
me for a ride.
It's gonna be violent.
Yeah.
Yo, you're a terrorist. It's gonna be violent.
You're going to try to kill him.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
That'd be
How about homeboy goes, one of the 3 guys, they're young guys in college, and he goes, at first we heard him loading the gun, I sat down, and he's like, oh, we're all going to die. And then he's like, fuck this, we're going to die anyway, we better do something.
die standing up.
Do something.
Don't die sitting down. Die standing
The
up.
rest of you European pussies did nothing. America said, bring it!
Yeah. Well, Paris is not a very violent place. I told you. I told you I got my sister.
It's
will
getting
tell you, my
violent,
sister
though.
was there. I got in a fight with a bunch of skinheads. They were robbing a woman.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I go,
Yeah.
the guy's robbing. They go, hey. And I run over and I punch one dude and I grab and throw the other guy. My sister was right there. My buddy was there. And I ended up kind of beating up 3 skinheads.
They were
but
probably surprised.
They were Parisian skinheads. And I was like, and I kicked this one dude like 5 times against a Volvo.
Jesus.
Douche. And my sister was like, all right. And then we heard the police and we get in the car and just drove away.
Did they run away and go, oh?
Yeah, my shirt was ripped. I felt like a man. My sister was like, you're crazy.
You're so crazy.
I was like, whatever. They were robbing a woman and the guy was being robbed. He was with his girl and they were grabbing her purse and he goes, hey, alors, man, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? He was just going, stop,
Hey,
stop.
B,
I was like,
you're
come on.
the only guy who can tell a story about himself after these 3 Americans stop a
God
terrorist.
damn it. No, but the point is the Parisians don't do anything. They're not
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I was like, is somebody going to do something here?
The Americans said, hell no.
I love
Hey,
that.
terrorists, good luck hijacking a plane or doing anything.
Well, he
around
had 9
Americans,
clips of
'cause
ammo.
we know what's going to go down.
Yeah, he had 9 clips in his AK-47.
How
9
about
clips
how
would have
about
killed a
Flight
lot
90
of people.
I think Flight 93 that crashed in the
Yeah.
Pentagon.
Yeah.
They're like, let's roll because they knew what was
Well,
going to
no,
happen.
that plane crashed into Pennsylvania into a field.
That's right.
So, because, he goes,
They
let's roll, let's
attacked
do
them,
this.
yeah.
They go, let's go.
Classic line was, let's roll.
Yeah,
How badass is that?
I love it.
Those 3 Americans, man, they got a call from the president. Hey, America, let's hook these guys up.
Fuck yeah, let's
there
hook
has
them
to be
up.
some sort of compensation.
God bless those
you know,
guys.
That
Hey,
dude,
Paris.
That dude would have
Hey,
killed
Paris.
everybody.
Hey, Paris, give them the key to the city and everything free, including your women.
And all whores.
A little respect.
They should have-
Don't use the word whore. Just girls who
No,
need help with their
whorehouses.
rent.
No,
Hey,
no,
man.
they get a VIP pass to whorehouses.
Yes, they do, but
And it's just a big American flag.
yeah. Or just, wait, do you mind, sir? What? Just
No, they're young college kids.
Parisian women, and they're beautiful and
The
they're stylish.
whorehouses.
Parisian women are the most. Parisian women have such style and they're so beautiful.
No,
and I
they're the
personally-
best.
And
I
I
get
personally,
that.
Parisian
But
women.
did you see the
Please,
picture of the
please,
3
please,
guys?
Please, my friends, take care of my friends.
For sure, do something.
Take care of my American friends.
They
Vive
should,
l'América! Vive
bro.
America!
No. They should get off the plane. There should be just a row full of girls. They can take them to any club they want in New York.
I agree.
They can hook up with any girl they want. They should get off. There should be 3 Shelby 350 Mustangs for
Correct.
them.
I agree.
Just
with
as
you.
American as fuck.
They saved a shitload
and when
of
they
lives.
come off, Hulk Hogan should be shaking every one of their hands.
You're right.
Every one of them.
How many lives did they save?
500.
French lives.
500.
Yes, 100%. He had 9 clips of ammo.
They should
And
get.
wasn't there another guy?
No,
There's
just
one
one
guy. Okay.
Just one guy.
There's one guy. They should get off the plane, and our hottest American should be on her knees, just freaking
Sir,
like this.
Sir, I agree with
Like
you.
this.
I agree with you, but can you
Like
not be
this.
that graphic, sir?
Thank you, gentlemen, for your service.
Sir, I agree. I mean, look, if you're a patriot and you're a beautiful woman and you're a patriot, you believe in your country, And
it makes sense.
And but
It's
this
your
is not
duty.
Americans. This is not Americans' job. These guys save Parisian lives. If you believe in France and you're a polite host, I believe that you should take care of our boys.
At least jack them off.
Those are young studs.
At least jack them off
Have
with
their
some chocolate
children.
croissants.
Have their children, cook for them, invite them into your home.
Yes. Massage them.
Yeah.
Those guys should be celebrated. But now, let's see, if someone would have died, let's say this horrible act would have went down, it would be all over the news.
Yeah.
These guys save them. They're on the news for 2-3
Yeah.
days. Oh, you got a call from Barack Obama. I don't give a fuck. Where's my Shelby Cobra Mustang?
They should have just.
And then I want some who's this American? I want some Garth Brooks playing on the sound system.
Do you know what they say about the French intelligence service? They don't fuck around. The one of the baddest intelligence service and most feared is actually the French. French are as much as they're like you fuck with the French intelligence services, and they are a militaristic country. They just keep it under wraps. They get involved, but
tell you what, after seeing that, guess Big Brown was going to plan a Europe trip. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Planning to go to Europe. Guess who's not going there now? This guy.
No, we'll go.
Pros, cons. Pros, I eat croissants, whatever. Travel around, see
Coffee.
some cool cars. Cons, I die
Yeah,
by a terrorist.
yeah, I know, but we're gonna take that risk. We're going to Europe. It's a
Nah,
blast.
I'm gonna keep my ass right here.
I don't like your attitude right now.
Why?
We're going to Paris because you're going to love it, and I got friends there, and I'm going to take you to Paris the way the Parisians see it, first of all.
Okay, I'm in.
Then
You
we're
should.
going.
It's awesome.
Yep.
I'm in.
Then we're going to go to the south of France, and we're going to do it the way the French do down there. And I got some rich friends in Europe.
Yeah, I know.
And then we're probably
What
going to
up-
go to Italy.
Yeah, we're not gonna have any fun doing that.
Oh, God, I love it there. You can learn a lot about the way Europeans live, I have to say.
Don't they have like breaks with the
Yeah.
siestas?
Siesta. Yeah.
Amazing.
A siesta in Greece, a siesta in Spain. You take the middle of the day to sleep and relax, take a nap, have lunch
Just
with
relax.
your family, take a nap. You're back at work. And a lot of times in Spain, for example, they'll eat dinner at 9, 10, 11 o'clock
I
at
love
night.
that, man.
Yeah.
I love
It
that.
happens at night. You party when you're young.
Now, I feel like in Europe and other cultures, the families are way tight knit, way closer.
I would
They
I would
celebrate a lot
agree
more.
with that, and I would say that's
That's how I want my
100%.
family to be.
Family's everything in Europe.
And here, not so much.
You eat with your family. You food and sitting down at the table with your family in Europe.
It's
is
rare here,
very
man.
important. And
It's
by the
rare.
way, it's the same thing in the Middle East. You know, Middle Eastern families, Arabic families are close knit.
The Azims,
Oh,
Tarj
forget
family?
it. Yeah, Afghanis.
You missed
That-
a hell of a show, by the way, Kay.
Yeah. That part of the world, family is everything, and so is your village. Like like places like Iraq and Syria, what people don't realize, those villages have been around for thousands
I'd
of
love
years.
to go there, man.
And they're so tight. And the tragedy is like Aleppo and those places in Syria, and even Damascus have been destroyed, man.
Yeah, ISIS.
I mean, you're talking,
destroying
but you're
shit.
talking about structures that have been there for 1,000 years, 500, 700 years. and
What
they're
other
destroyed.
event you got, Ev?
A hilarious video of Chris Carter at the 2014 NFL Rookie Symposium came out. He's talking to a bunch of rookies, a bunch of young guys, 20-year-olds that just became millionaires.
And forgive my ignorance, Chris Carter, the wide receiver.
Correct.
Hall of Fame wide
Hall of Fame wide
receiver.
receiver.
Yes.
Yeah, ridiculous player.
Yep.
Minnesota Vikings,
Yep.
Philadelphia Eagles. Amazing player.
Good analyst.
Yeah, good. Yeah, very good analyst for ESPN. So what they do is the rookie symposium is the entire rookie class, right? The UFC does something similar to it, but the entire rookie class comes in, and it's like a 3-4 day course where you learn about agents and what to do with your money and be careful of this. And then they bring up players to talk to you. So a lot of times it's Michael Irvin, who's a great example. Chris
great.
Carter, who
It's
got in
great.
trouble, right, with Philadelphia Eagles. He got cut because of drugs and stuff like that. And they had Chris Carter, Warren Sapp. Both have had their issues. Warren Sapp gets up there and goes, "Hey, man, you got to have a guy in your group who's going to take the fall for you. You got to have a guy in your group who, if you get in trouble, he takes the fall. We're going to bail you out." And then Warren Sapp starts laughing in the back, goes, "Yeah, we'll bail him out." And then
Wait, Chris Carter said that?
Chris Carter said that too, but this is recorded. And then Chris Boyd, is that his name? Who's the linebacker who quit for the San Francisco 49ers? That's how the story got out.
The Niners?
Yeah, the Niners linebacker. I think his name's Chris Boyd.
I know exactly. I literally
Look
just
it
read the
up.
story
Look it
on
up.
him. Yeah.
So this kid, Chris Boyd, who retired early, he was the lead tackler on the 49ers last year, retired at 25 or something like that.
Oh, right.
Because of head
right.
trauma.
Yes, I remember that.
He's
yeah.
the one that goes, man, I'm sitting here. Chris
Borland. There we go.
Chris Borland. He goes, man, I'm sitting here. And Chris Carr's talking about get a fall guy for when you get in trouble. And he goes, I felt like standing up and walking out saying, fuck this. That's not how I do business. So he came out with the story. And then now there's footage of it. So Chris Carr's taking a little heat.
That's funny.
And
in
so
a way, he's kind of got a point.
Chris Carter?
In a way, it's like just have a guy who's, know whose turn it is to take the fall.
I agree.
It's teamwork. Chris Carter's a team player.
Well, this is the thing.
It's not a good value system.
But it's real. Like, everyone wants to get upset at the NFL. It's real, man. Hey, Chris.
He's being a soldier.
Hey, Chris, for sure, lighten up, bro. I get it. Head trauma, you don't want to deal with it. I'm in the same boat as you. But when it comes to that other stuff, if you're Chris Carter, and Chris, you're not going to have to worry about this. You're never going to be that superstar that has to worry about this. But if you're a Chris Carter, a Michael Irvin, a Warren Sapp, Adrian Peterson, and you're in a group and you're all drinking.
Yeah, you're boys.
Man,
relax.
Listen.
And he might have been just saying shit. Like, in a way, like I would say that. That's like he might have been half joking.
No, he's not joking.
Is that fair?
If you watch the video, no, he's not joking at all. He's being real.
Right.
But this is what's the problem with the world. When you're real, now the NFL has to apologize.
Yeah.
No, it's a legit point.
He's
man.
got a legit point.
If we all go out, and I'm with just my friend works at Remax, my other friend works at Starbucks.
Yeah.
We go out and we're all drinking. I'm not getting behind the wheel because
Right.
guess who's going to get public crucified
Correct.
if we get a DUI? Me.
Yes. You know what Chris Carter
And you
was
know
being?
who's the best at this? The best I've ever seen? My brother. My brother, when we're in a group,
He's a
and I'll go,
soldier.
hey, I'll drive. My brother goes, no, you're
Nah,
not
your
driving.
brother's a
I'll
fucking
drive.
soldier.
He goes, I'll drive.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Your brother, we've always talked about it. Your brother is a soldier, man.
Straight up soldier.
That's the guy I want in my corner every
Yeah, man.
fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
He's the quiet dude that is when the chip's down, everybody else is, "Woo!" That guy's just fucking, he goes stone cold, shark eye, doll smile, and everybody's dying.
Yep.
But Chris Carter, for me, like that's a good example of a guy who was trying to protect young bucks, young dudes.
Trying to relate to him. And
These are his young boys. These are his young men. He knows what young men are about.
'Cause guess what?
And I'm the same. I'm probably the same age as Chris. I'd probably say the same thing. In other
You
words,
would.
have a backup, have a game, have a plan.
That's all he's
and,
saying.
And in a way, if you think about it, he's kind of brilliant because he's talking about how you behave as a team. Get each other's back.
Exactly.
Get
But
each
the
other's
thing
back.
is, all right, you're 23, 24 years old. You have millions of dollars. You're going to go out. You're going to go to the club.
What?
You're going to drink. You're probably going to do drugs.
I'm
you're gonna
48
have a fun
and I
time.
can barely not do that.
We still do that.
Right.
So you're going to go out and have a good time. Now, if you're going to, I guarantee you all you guys are going to end up in that situation. Have a guy, there's a plan where if you're a first round draft pick and a team's investing all this money into you, you don't need that public to get out. Have a guy who's just a guy who maybe he's on the payroll. If you guys get in trouble, takes the fall. Yeah. It's not the end of the world.
100%.
This is why
I agree 100%.
This is why the NBA, NFL, a lot of times UFC, these cookie cutter interviews are such bullshit. Yeah. They do nothing.
I know.
The more the public can relate to people and go, oh, that makes sense, the better it is for people.
Yes, but nobody really wants to hear the truth.
Well,
and by the way, nobody wants to really hear how guys talk to each other.
Oh, I agree. Because let's say you get up there and Chris Carter goes, hey, okay, all you millionaires in the NFL and you have superstardom and you're all dime pieces with huge dicks. Listen, don't go out.
Yeah.
Don't have fun with your friends.
Yeah.
Who's going to listen to that?
Yeah.
No, he's trying to relate to
You don't know how long it's going to last either.
No.
NFL means not for long, man. You got 3 years if you're lucky.
3.5.
So give me a break. You know, look, you're right. You're 100% right. And Chris Carter should not take heat for that. It just bothers me.
Chris Borland? That's his name?
The Niners guy?
Bro, just
Lighten
retire.
up. Chris,
Don't be a
Chris,
dick about
Chris,
it.
lighten up. Lighten up, Chris.
Hey, Chris, not everyone's a
He's
fucking,
a young man.
Hey, Chris, not everyone's a L7. Don't be such a fucking square.
Yeah, but
some of us like to go out and have fun.
Chris
If you need a fall guy. It is what it is.
Chris Borland is trying to do his best. He's trying to be
integrity,
all that stuff. He's young and he's got the fervor. He's got the young fervor. He's enthusiastic and he set an example. He got praised for it, and now he wants to set another. He got
True.
He got used to that. He's like he wants to set another example.
Even Captain America needs a fall guy. You jackass.
Yeah, man. You calm down. You calm down right now, Chris. Good job, but he's stepping a little.
Good job.
A little too long.
Good job, but shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Just shut your fucking mouth. Just go and shut your fucking mouth. Hey, Chris, you're white.
Hey, is he white, Chris?
He's white. Hey, Chris, you're a white linebacker. You don't have these problems.
Chris, you calm down.
Chris, you're a white linebacker. You have no idea what they're talking about. Hey, Chris, you're a white linebacker. You guys play cards and Monopoly on a Friday night. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what he does on Friday night, Brendan
He
Schaub.
plays Monopoly and drinks Sprite.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
You don't need a fall guy.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
You're a white linebacker. Shut your fucking mouth. What do you got, Evan?
All right, we got one more current event. This was going on last night. This is blowing up on Twitter. Big social media little story going on over here. Basically, this guy decided that being on a 5-hour-long flight would be a good place to break up with his girlfriend.
Oh, no way.
I'm not mad at that idea.
So then,
I'm not mad at this
That's
idea.
the worst idea ever.
literally
I like
the worst
it.
idea.
If you
No,
hate,
I like it.
If you
I
hate the
gotta hear how
sound of a
you're gonna-
crying baby, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta hear how you're gonna defend this.
Keep going.
So 5-hour-long flight. Guy breaks up with his girlfriend. They might have been drunk when they got on the plane in the first place. So she's just fucking tears. They're arguing like very loudly, and this girl is just like live tweeting pictures and quotes of this whole thing as
sick.
it's happening.
What was some of the quotes? This is awesome.
Yeah.
Genius.
Were they flying from Hawaii to LA or something?
Where are they from?
5 hours.
Well, this is after a vacation.
From North
probably.
Carolina.
And it just was a, hey,
Hashtag plane breakup was what it was. what
hashtag
was
plane
going down
breakup.
to.
Hey,
So
real
good.
quick, guess who wanted to do that? This guy. You know who I'm talking about. We went on a trip,
Yep.
and I probably 3 days in the trip, I'm like, oh, this is never going to work.
Yep.
We're on the plane, I'm like, I should break up with her.
Yep, I
And
remember.
this guy had the balls to do it.
I remember.
I told you.
Yeah.
3 days into this trip, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is never
Never
going
gonna
to work.
work. God damn, that's a good movie. Break up on a plane.
Are they coming back or going?
You know what? It doesn't matter where they're going. What's some of the quotes, though?
So good. Let's see. Let's start from the top so we can kind of make sense of it. This is from the guy. Is this really a surprise? Are you seriously surprised by this information?
Oh, that's great.
This guy's awesome.
The girl, great, just great. I'm so glad I paid $40 extra to be on this fucking flight with you.
$40.
Yeah, I know.
Don't
Really.
be cheap, but anyway.
Let's see.
I love
Is that what you're starting to do with me? Just slow fade me out like the others?
It's called the phase out.
Call
Yep.
it
It's called the
out.
Little
phase
bit of
out.
the phase
honey.
out there.
It's a classic move.
Yeah. Yeah. It's easier. Let him down slow.
Guy made the
Soft
mistake
landing.
of saying calm down.
Oh shit.
You know, the worst thing you can say always, and I make the mistake of doing this when I argue with people, is saying relax or calm down.
It's a trigger word.
Because it,
Oh yeah.
Or take it easy. Ooh, no.
Take it.
No, take
easy.
it easy.
I like take it easy.
Talk about that.
Slow ride.
I think it's better to kind of go. They always say you have to acknowledge somebody's feelings and go, yeah, I know it sucks, doesn't it? And I feel really bad that you feel really bad because I feel bad. You know, you kind of empathize with them instead of trying to control
you're
it.
sad. I'm sad too, but it has to happen. Take it easy. Relax. Calm down.
Here's the thing: I'll never love you.
No, here's the thing. This is a nightmare, and
I said
this
that to a
5-hour
girl.
flight. I know this was a bad idea, but I can't wait to break up to you, so I'm gonna do it right now.
I said that to a girl. I went, here's the problem: I'm never going to be in love with you. I meant it. She thanked me later. She was like, at least you were honest.
I wish some certain people would thank me for breaking up with them.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I tried breaking up with a girl. I tried breaking up with her at PF Chang's. I thought a public place would be the way to do
that's
it.
a
Oh
bad
yeah, you told
idea.
this one before.
Oof, bad
Yeah.
idea.
No.
Didn't we end up sticking together? So I went, whoa, relax. Yeah. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I'll drag this out for another year.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
I've been bullied into that. Oh, don't cry. Okay, never mind. Just kidding. Look over here.
I was in a relationship.
Are those
for,
moths?
I was in a relationship for 2 years. I got
Yeah.
bullied for 2 years.
Yeah.
Tried
can't-
breaking off multiple times.
You can't stand
It
hurt
just-
somebody's feelings, and
I
I'm the
can't
same
stand it.
way. I can't hurt. I hate hurting anybody's
Even now, I'll
feelings.
check in on exes. Text them. Hey, everything all right? Fuck you. I get.
By the
that.
way, Jeremy
Okay.
Piven.
You know
Jeremy
what? I might
Piven.
deserve that.
Jeremy Piven last night, we're eating dinner, and Jeremy listens to this podcast, which I love. And he goes, hey, dude, telling 50 Cent that, like, he's a great actor. Maybe no. You know, maybe don't be that.
Yeah,
He literally scolded me.
Believable.
Yeah.
he was believable.
Yeah, because Jeremy's such a great actor, and he's like, hey,
Phenomenal.
don't just start throwing compliments around. Like, he actually scolded. I was a little embarrassed. He actually embarrassed me a little. I was a little embarrassed. I was like,
He
you're
was
right.
Brian. You guys, the 50 Cent interview. Hey, Brian, believable.
Yeah.
that's a little extreme.
Yeah, and
believable.
I did mean that. I thought 50 is like, I do believe what he says because he's
For a rapper, he's not bad.
He's such an authentic human being, is what I
Yeah.
meant. But I got a little
Yeah,
embarrassed.
Jeremy shit on
I was
you.
like, don't talk about acting like that. And you're right.
It was funny,
I
though.
should have more respect for the actual craft of acting.
But this guy, listen, I've been there, man. Where you just like, I have to do this, and you build up the courage, and you just need to fucking do it. This guy has more balls than me because I wanted to do it on a 6-hour flight, but I just stuck it out and act like everything was all good.
Damn.
When everything was all wrong.
Damn.
Take some balls, man.
The last 2 tweets are, what the fuck? Now they're making out. Not even kidding.
That's how it goes, man.
And then we took off. They immediately ordered 6 vodkas and Bloody Mary mix for the rest of the flight and chugged them in silence between makeouts.
6. Well, now I'm understanding what's
Really
going
aggressive.
on here. Good stuff.
Kay, what's the best way to break up with a girl? Give these young guys advice to break up with a girl.
I don't know. I wouldn't do it in a public place because
Obviously.
girls don't really care when they're inside their feelings, you know? Like, they don't care who's around.
So just do it in a private
Yeah, I
setting.
love that.
Yeah.
When they're inside their feelings, they don't care. Yeah.
like, they see red, and it's just like...
They don't care who's watching.
I would do it in a public place. Maybe not a house.
Just be dead honest.
Yeah. I would appreciate that.
Really? Dead honest. Like,
Yeah.
listen, it's your face and you're terrible in bed.
And if the girl's crazy or the guy's
Hey,
crazy,
bro.
like...
Whoa,
maybe-
hold on. Hey,
Well,
it's
she
your-
said dead
it's
honest.
your
It's your face, you're terrible in bed, and you never pay for anything. It's getting really annoying.
It's your face and you're terrible in bed.
It's your face, you're terrible in bed, and when we go to Starbucks, and I just buy, this is a true story, and I just buy a single cup of coffee, and then I ask you if you want anything, and you order a venti chai latte extra soy, and then grab a shitload of snacks, and the bill's $27, when it usually should be $2. It's driving me fucking nuts. So I'm going to have to end this.
Wait, is that really bad? Because that's what I do.
No,
Drives me nuts.
it's
But
fine.
I pay sometimes.
You just don't want to say your face and you're bad in bed.
No, I'm just joking. Well, she said be upfront.
I knew a girl who broke up with a guy after 3 years, and she was like, I go, what's going on? She goes, I met another guy. I'm finally having good sex. And it's been 3 years of desert. It's been the worst. He had pointy fingers. He had these pointy fingers, and he would poke them in me.
Oh.
And he was like, and I just hated his pointy little fingers. And he would wake me up in the middle of the night. And he goes, I'd be dead asleep, and I'd get, and I'd look up, and he'd go, do you want to fuck?
Oh, this guy is
And
a
she was like,
creep.
and he'd been eating Doritos, and
Oh!
she was like, she would go, hey look, man, I'm sleeping. That's what she said to him. She goes,
Hey, look, bro.
She lived with him. She goes, hey, look, man, like this is when you know it's over.
Over.
She goes,
All
I looked at him in the face.
sexiness
She goes,
out
I
the
looked at him in
window.
the face. She goes, hey, look, man, I'm asleep. That's when you treat somebody like
I
they're
go,
a stranger. Hey, look, man,
With
I'm
Dorito breath?
asleep.
I'll
And
break
she
up
just
with a
turned right
girl.
around.
Listen, you smell like hummus and you're terrible in bed. I'm going to have to end this.
We were talking to my buddy. Not my buddy, but the guy I knew who was with my buddy, and he got divorced. We said, what happened? And he goes, well, you know, I got to a point where I couldn't stand to be touched by her. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, one night I was sleeping and she touched my shoulder, and I was like, please don't touch me.
Dude, over.
Jesus, I was like, wow.
Okay, have you ever been in a relationship where you didn't want to have sex with a guy?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, the way that I broke up with my ex-boyfriend in high school is he was a freaking psychopath. Like, we would fight and he used to sleep in front of my house. Like, he was crazy.
Yeah, that's
And
a
I
bad sign.
knew when I was going to break up with him, I had to do it around, like, not by ourselves because I knew he wouldn't leave. So I did it on Valentine's Day when we went with my parents. So we went back to the house, and I was going to take a shower, and my parents were inside, and I said, I never want to talk to you again. Please get the fuck out of my house. I'm going to go shower.
Did
When
he
I
know
come
this
back-
was coming?
No. When I come back in the shower, out of the shower, you better not fucking be here. And he didn't get crazy because my dad was there, and he left, and I never talked to him again.
Tight move.
That's a tight move.
And the reason what set me off is so fucking stupid because I was going like I wanted to eat healthier, and he brought me cheese rolls from Porto's, and I got so pissed off. Like, it's so stupid, but that's really what
No,
set
But it's
the
little
edge.
No,
things
there's
like
little
that.
It's
things.
little things.
The little things
Yeah.
add up.
And I'm like, I just fucking told you I want to eat healthier, and you bring me cheese
No,
rolls.
there's-
Bye.
Yeah, there's little things that add up and just
Dude,
kinda,
that can
it just
be-
tips over.
Yeah,
it's like
it
a
really set
tilt.
the
and
edge.
then
Straw that broke
finally-
the camel's
yeah.
back.
Yep.
It's that little tipping point. Like, you got me Cheezos, you dumb.
Yeah.
I said I wanted to eat healthy.
No, it's
what
those
what
little
don't you
things.
understand about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when people I can't stand when someone goes, "You're stupid," or "Don't be a dummy," huh? Like, that drives me nuts. And this girl knew it, and she just something. Oh, don't be a fucking idiot. And I was all, over. Oh, it's over. Like, that was it. I was like,
When you call
Oh,
names
it's
like
over.
that, yeah.
Oh, wow. This is so over. Get out of my car. Get out of my car. Freak out, man.
when somebody
It's just weird. It's
when
just
a
the
girl is
littlest
cruel
point.
like that, my buddy's ex-wife used to say it. He'd play me messages and she was like, "You're a fucking idiot. You just don't fucking get it." I was like,
You
"Bro,
get one strike.
bro, run away right now from that human being." And it took him 10
It's
years.
certain things. Like one girl was like, I fucking hate donuts. I was like, you what? She goes, I fucking hate donuts. I'm like every donut or just like chocolate glazed? Just donuts in general. I don't like them. Like, that's cool.
I know a guy.
Over.
I know a guy had 3 dogs, and he used to work in a shelter. He loved dogs, and this girl goes, "I hate dogs," and he goes,
Deal
he turned
breaker.
the car
It's a
around.
bad
She goes,
sign.
"What?" He goes, "There's no point. I have 3 dogs."
100%. It's a bad sign. If a girl doesn't like dogs, that's a huge red flag, man.
Yeah. Well, some people have been bitten as kids or something, but for the most part, yeah.
Usually, yeah. Well, if they're like, I hate dogs, one
And
killed
don't
my
say
sister.
And
I
I'll
get
tell
it.
you what's a real.
I'm
boner.
just saying in general.
Here's a boner kill. If a girl goes, "I hate kids," see ya. What?
Dude,
Oh, you hate kids?
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
I have to.
Or another red flag is if a girl's super disrespectful to her parents.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Nothing worse, man.
Yeah. Meanness,
Mean, just mean.
lack of respect, entitlement, and being a mean person.
And
Entitlement.
and hating donuts.
I don't like entitled people who think it's like, well, for me, I like never. I'm not flying. I'm not flying like that. You don't talk to me like that. I'm not flying, coach. I'm flying. I make left turns. I don't make right turns. Whatever. And I'm
Oh,
like,
I hate
oh,
that.
you're in. Oh, do you think you're the center of the universe?
No, I took
And-
I took this one girl to dinner with my parents when I first came to LA, and we went to this nice steakhouse, and they sit us whatever like in this area, right? I take everyone to dinner. I sit us in this area, and she goes, "Last time I was here, I usually sit up top. We always sit up top." I went, "Cool. This isn't last time. We're sitting here." She goes, "Should I talk to someone? I think this is where like the normal people sit."
Oh boy. See you
Oh,
later.
this is where the normal people
oh,
sit. Oh, I
you
blood
think
red.
you think you're better because
Blood
you're
red.
pretty?
Oh, I'm with my dad.
Wow. I don't like that stuff.
Bitches be crazy.
But
The
just
one
be
that said she didn't
crazy.
like donuts, I was like, well, this is obviously over. You're a terrorist.
Yeah.
Are you Osama bin Laden dressed as a female?
Gotta love yourself some donuts.
Fan questions?
Yep.
You got a creep line, K, or no?
Someone wrote some comment on our Instagram that I thought was pretty fucking weird.
So is
Let's
that a
hear
yes
it.
or? Yeah.
Let's
All
hear
right,
it,
here we go.
K.
Creep line it is.
Did you ever see that thing where that serial killer was on that talk show, that dating show?
What show?
Oh my God, you don't know about that?
No.
Serial killer is now in jail, California jail, but he was a contestant on.
Not Blind Date.
He was Blind Date.
Love that show.
Yeah.
You read
and-
Blind Date?
And he was a serial killer. He killed like 25 women.
Bring that back.
And you can Google it. Google serial killer, YouTube serial killer on game show. And he had long hair, and he won a date with a girl, and she chooses him, and she decided not to go on a date with him. She said later because he creeped her out. She just got a vibe from him. Meanwhile, he killed. He pretended to be a photographer. He killed 21 women. or
Holy
something.
shit, man.
Yeah. Look it up. He's got long.
I remember I would
hair.
come home from school and watch Blind Date every day.
Yeah.
It's probably where I learned most of my dating game.
Yeah.
For that
Look it
show,
up,
Blind
Evan.
Date.
You see it?
Is it legit?
Yeah.
Let me see him. Because I remember every episode.
You can
too.
actually watch him when he wins. He goes, ha.
Dude, Tim
Like he's a
Sylvia.
so-
Tim
such a
Sylvia was
sociopath.
on that show. Blind Date.
So was Tiki.
Tiki Ghostin, yeah. I love that show. I wish they'd bring back Blind Date and To Catch a Predator.
Oh, is Tiki the guy from Vegas? He lives in Vegas?
No, he lives in L.A.
Oh.
Dated Ariane Celeste forever.
Yeah, I know he is.
He trained Tito Ortiz.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Let me see
He was in
him.
the 70s. Oh, yeah.
my God.
There he is.
Oh, this isn't Blind Date.
What was it? What was the game show?
The dating game.
The
Yeah.
dating game. Yeah, I never saw that.
He's a
That
good
was for
looking
sure
guy.
later.
Like he's good. Yeah, he's a good looking guy. And
Yeah,
he
we're
won.
too young for
And
that.
It was
but-
popular too.
Yeah, that's
you can
crazy
watch
though.
it. You can watch the whole
Can
thing.
you tell he's creepy as fuck?
Oh my God! You can tell he's faking emotion.
Really?
Yeah, you can tell like he's just very awkward. We'll watch it. Anyway.
Fan questions.
Fan questions. Fan questions. That's like the Ekman who said, "I know I'm dealing with a sociopath if I want to invite him to dinner after the first 20 minutes of knowing him. Careful of the charming ones."
Yep. Alrighty. Fan question time. Let's go with This is from Zach Marker.
Starving.
What's going on with Brian's face right now?
I don't know. I just feel like doing this.
Looks like a
I
serial
feel like
killer.
making this face.
Zach Marker wants to know, have you guys ever had old friends try to hit you up now that you're famous?
All the time.
Old friends.
And I wouldn't say I'm famous.
for money.
I wouldn't
you mean?
consider myself
for money
famous.
or just hanging out.
I'd
I
say
would
all the
assume
above.
I do have
There's
friends.
some sort of ulterior motive, you think.
All the above.
I know people that I was in 8th grade with that seem to want to have reunions and get together, and I've never understood that. Not because I don't like them and they're great. I'm just busy and I can't fly to wherever to do that. Even high school, I don't.
Yeah, I'll have people in high school reach out, and it's like, what?
I
For
don't-
what?
I don't think about
What
my
do you want,
past
man?
much. Yeah.
You know what? I met up with a guy recently, and he goes, you know who this guy is? He goes, how can I help you, man? The fuck you mean? How can I make your show grow? We're good, man. We just keep on keeping on. We're good. What can I do to make your life better? Hey, man.
Yeah.
All set. What the fuck do you need?
What's
Of
going
course,
on?
he needed something.
Yeah.
People hit me up all the time. Hey, we weren't cool in high school. Why the fuck would I hang out
I was
with you
always
now?
afraid of being the guy whose glory days were in high school. I remember that. I remember saying, I don't want to be the guy who's 30, 40, 50 going, hey, remember high school? Well, when I played, I lettered in football back then.
I agree.
I don't want to be that guy.
Hey, this ain't American Pie. We're not going to get together and reminisce about fucking high school days.
I don't think about my past much, do you? I mean,
Barely ever.
yeah.
My life's so dope. My life is so great. Hey, man, unless we're in the same race, I really don't have time.
I just feel for me, I'm busy thinking about what I'm gonna do
What's
in the
next?
next year. Yeah,
That's why we're.
so relying on what happened before is not.
I have
Something
nothing
that,
to do with that.
Yeah.
And then some people go like back home. Oh, Schaub changed. Yeah, man. Since 8th grade, social studies, I've changed.
Yeah.
For sure, I've changed.
Yeah.
I'm not into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pizza, and fucking Nintendo anymore.
Right.
Priorities are different.
Things change. Evan, next question.
All right, this one. What's a nice way of telling your fiance she needs to start working out with you? How do you get your girl to start working out with you if it's not
God, that's
necessarily a big
tricky.
priority?
I had this with
for
my
her?
wife. I said my wife is beautiful, but she's not. For a long time, she wasn't physical, and she relied on her genetics. And I was like, look, you got to be in shape. I fight gravity every day, and it's important to me. I said, we watched Cameron Diaz, and she was in a bikini. She was 40, and she looked phenomenal. And I
For
was
sure, don't
literally
compare
like,
your wife to her, but yeah.
no, but my wife was a 10 when we met. She was like this big model, and I said, it's important to me that you're dynamic and physical. Like that's so important. That's like a value system.
Well,
I
that's
just
what
need
you're
you to be.
attracted to.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need you to be tight and because you have more energy when you're that way, and everything is better.
Sex drives better.
All of it.
You look better. You know what it is?
you got to meet
You
me
know what it is?
halfway.
They get too comfortable.
Yes, and
You
she
gotta keep-
did.
You got to keep bitch on her toes.
To her
man.
credit, she did.
You got to keep bitch on her toes. She'll come in, our bed will be gone some days. She'll come in, I burn all her shoes. Why
Well-
keep her on her toes?
Well, you know what? I wonder if I can tell this story.
Go ahead.
But I will because I mean it with respect. But my wife one time said to me, trust is so important in a relationship, like as far as women, because I was always on the road and women. And I said to her, you can't trust me. And she goes, what do you mean? I go, well, I don't want you thinking you can trust me 100%. I hate that shit. Because if you trust me 100%, you're going to get fat. And I see this shit all the time. This relationship bullshit. Let me just pontificate.
Preach, Cal.
When people like in marriage, and a lot of women and men talk about this, and there's this common mythology where you have to totally trust each other. I would never cheat on you. I would never. But go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie across the board. Relationships are a verb. You should and don't kid yourself. You're competing with the world. There are people your wife is going to want to fuck. There are people you're going to want to fuck. And the whole point of keeping some danger and uncertainty and adventure in your goddamn relationship is the fact that it's a dangerous world out there.
You better
man.
hold it down, man.
Hold it down. I
Better
do it
have
every
your
day.
shit together.
I literally think about trying to be sexy for my wife because I'm 48.
I agree,
I
man.
don't want my wife going, oh, he's so gross, he's on me. That's why I work out. That's why I fucking take care of myself. That's why I make sure I'm showered, all that shit.
Well,
whatever.
Shower's pretty.
Shower.
That's why I brush my teeth.
That's what I.
That's why I shower, man.
But
Well,
guys don't pay attention to that stuff and
I
let
agree.
themselves
They
go.
get too
And
comfortable.
then you wonder why your girl went off and is banging your Pilates instructor or her
100%.
fucking trainer. You deserve it.
Yep.
You know, it's not.
That's a great point.
It's very important. Relationships have to have some danger.
You gotta keep
both
them
of
on
you
their
should
toes,
be.
man.
Yes,
Both
all
of
of
you.
both of you. I mean, women should do the same thing with men. Keep him on his toes. Look at a dude sometimes. Look at him. Make your guy think he's competing because he is. You know, women are forced into this idea that if you I would never cheat because I have bullshit. That's a lie too. I see how women behave when they're out. I see
agree,
it.
man.
So don't. I hate this talk about fidelity and all this stuff. Just fucking.
Well,
live
you owe it
little-
to your partner to take care of
Yes,
yourself.
man. Live
Because
dangerous.
guess what? If you're not laying it down right in all
It
categories,
just, it fucking
they're gonna
dis-
find someone.
Why do
well.
you think so many people get divorced? What is it? One in two relationships? Was
It-
something
it's-
going
it's
wrong?
54% get
Yeah.
divorced.
So fuck you and your Dr. Phil stuff and
It's because Dr.
and-
Phil looks like shit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he was D1 ball player.
D1
Did you
football
tell me
player.
that?
Tulsa, yeah.
He beat me up.
He'd beat the shit out of you.
He would, right?
My Uncle Pax knows him.
All right.
Anyways.
I like him more as a result. But he's like so anti-male sometimes, I feel.
Well, he's all, you gotta stay together. You gotta stay together.
Trust and
It's-
don't watch
it's
porn.
trust.
Shut up.
Don't watch
No,
porn.
I'm doing whatever I want.
And you can get fat and you should still love each other. No.
No, you can't.
If my girl puts on 200 pounds, see ya.
Yeah. See ya.
Insert another hottie. You're competing with everybody.
I
Especially in this
compete with
business.
myself. I hold myself to a high standard. Why can't I hold my partner to a high standard? You know?
Don't, like I always
be
say, don't
compassionate.
back me,
You can be
don't back me into a
compassionate.
corner. Make me fuck my way out of it, man. 'Cause I will do it every time.
do it.
Every time.
You'll
don't
do it.
back me into a comfortable corner.
Yep.
So I will fuck my way out.
I'll fuck my way out.
Go, Ev. What else you got?
Next.
All right, we got a lot of questions about fantasy football. Guys got their drafts coming out. They want a little bit of advice. You're a football knowledge guy. Hit him with some good shit.
I'm gonna come up with
who
ideas
you-
too,
who's your
just
sleepers?
cause.
I mean, I don't play fantasy football because I'm 32. But the thing is it's huge for a lot of people. I mean, I don't really know fantasy, Ev. Like I said, I'm a grown man, so I don't play games. But listen, for people that love fantasy
who's
football,
your quarterback? Who's your fantasy quarterback?
Yeah, no. Some of the sleepers I like for like a cheap quarterback.
Tim Tebow.
Well, no, for fantasy is not going to work. I like Amari Cooper, and I like the quarterback for the Raiders too, Carr. I like
Derek
Carr.
Carr?
I like Derek Carr as a sleeper, and I like Amari Cooper as a sleeper. And I like the new receiver because the receiver for Green Bay Packers got hurt. I played against him in college.
Randall Cobb?
No.
Because Jordy Nelson went down.
Jordy Nelson went down. No. His backup is a stud. He's number 18. He's your sleeper because that cat's going to be getting a shitload of balls now because Jordy Nelson went down. Jordy Nelson's a freak, by the way. Let's see. Who else do I like? You know who I like? Mariota, man. Mariota in preseason is a beast.
Really?
He's a beast, man.
Who?
Mariota, the rookie quarterback from Oregon, Heisman winner.
Oh.
He plays for Tennessee. He's the quarterback.
Stud.
In preseason, man, especially for a rookie, he's a beast.
Wow.
So he's a sleeper
College is
too.
a different game. I mean, pros is so different, isn't it?
Yeah. What else you got, Ev? Yeah, we don't play fantasy football, but it's all good.
Yeah,
It's like asking Sugar Shane about the UFC. It's tough.
This fan question, this guy wants to know, how do you prefer to be approached by Fighter and the Kid fans or just fans of, your acting or your fighting in general?
I love
do
it.
you like it when guys give you like the knowing head nod, or can they come up and introduce
I have no
themselves?
I like
problem.
meeting them. I like
Yeah.
meeting them, shaking their hand. Don't punch me though. Don't be like, oh, what's up, man, and punch me. There couldn't be a worse way to go about it.
Yeah.
Don't punch
But
me.
most
or
of our
touch-
fans are awesome, man.
Most of them are great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I don't have any problem.
You know,
I
I
say
love it.
hi and talk to me, and
Yeah.
a lot of guys just come up and say thank you. Thanks for putting out all
Yeah.
that free content. I
Yeah.
love it, man. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I'll take a picture with anybody.
Anyone, yeah.
It's
Anyone,
It's a
anytime.
fucking
Yeah.
privilege. It's a privilege.
Yeah, I have zero problem.
San Jose Improv, by the way. Come see me.
When is that?
September 25th, 26th,
Okay, you got
27th.
some time, but yeah.
Yeah. It's a month from now. San Jose Improv. Get your tickets now.
Boom.
Yeah.
Bet you won't sell it as fast as the Fine Kid live
Nothing
show.
does.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Nothing does. It's wildfire. It's wildfire.
Wild out here. Couple 1-2
Crazy
lounge lizards.
wildfire. Yeah. You should come up to San Jose with me.
Yeah, no. What else you got, Ev?
All right, we'll do one more. This guy wants to know, is there any chance of you competing in Eddie Bravo's jiu-jitsu tournament. The
EBI?
Definitely not me because I don't do jiu-jitsu and I would get crushed.
Hey, question wasn't for you.
Oh, I thought you said any
obviously
chance of
and
you
for
guys.
sure.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no.
You don't know. Maybe I could cram. I could cram for the test.
Cram for the test.
Yeah, just work on defending
yeah,
the
if
body.
Eddie put it together, it'd be tough for me to go into jiu-jitsu camp right now because I have to go into full camp.
So what's a jiu-jitsu camp like?
Jiu-jitsu.
Like how do you train for something like Metamoris versus or
Metamoris,
or
I
EBI
was
versus
Metamoris.
a
I
fight?
was I got you. Metamoris, I was wrestling in the morning, jiu-jitsu at night, 6 times a week, doing conditioning too. Straight jiu-jitsu camp. I did 6-week camp, straight jiu-jitsu. Best guys in the world. I'd have to do the same thing, dude. It'd be tough, man. And the thing is, sponsors pay. It's gonna be tough, man. I don't do anything for free. I know it sounds shitty, but I just don't. I'm so busy, man. To get me to step away from something, get like the UFC. As much as paying now, no, man. There's not a chance they could get me to fight right now. We'd have to restructure a contract for something else. I'm so busy doing this stuff, and this is my brand. This is my and Brian's show. Like it says my full attention. So to get me to do something else, it better be worth my time. And that's just where I'm at now.
Do you not miss jiu-jitsu or?
I love jiu-jitsu. I always love jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Honestly, the entertainment stuff has me so busy.
Yeah.
I haven't had time to really sit back and miss it.
Yeah. Well, you're also the kind of guy that would have to be working, I think, towards something. Just to do it for the sake of doing might not be at this point.
Yeah.
Because it feels like fighting for you has lost a lot of its mystery in terms of, you can appreciate great technique and great fighting, but you've done it long enough and done so much of it that there's other things you're more
there's
interested in.
there's no mystery. What's behind door number 1 if
Yeah.
Brendan stays fighting for the next 10 years? I know it's behind that door, and it ain't pretty.
Yeah.
I know what that door looks like, and it's not cool.
Right.
Now, do I know what behind door number 2 in entertainment? I don't. But
Right.
I guarantee you it's going to be better than if I fight for the next 5 years.
Yes.
That's what I do know.
Yes.
So to do anything, jiu-jitsu, whatever, like I said, it'd have to be worth my time. And I love jiu-jitsu. I love Eddie. If Eddie asked me to do it, I'd for sure consider it and kind of figure it out. But if I can't have my whole heart into it, I wouldn't, I wouldn't fucking do that to myself. Same with fighting too,
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
And I may get into the invitational.
You may.
You never know with me. I may just be like, yep, I'm doing neck exercises.
How about Tate Fletcher tweets out Halleck Gracie Rashad? I'm like, why would you tweet that out, man? Now you got to deal with this shit.
Oh, boy. Halleck. How big is Halleck?
Doesn't matter. None of that matters. I wouldn't. No.
Is he your weight class, though?
No, it doesn't matter. It's jiu-jitsu. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Here on Henner are my boys. That's not happening. It's
Right.
stupid.
Halleck is their
Halleck-
brother?
Brother.
Oh, no.
Who owns Metamoris.
Oh, I know Halleck.
And obviously
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have our
he's a-
differences because Metamoris and the way he runs that I don't agree with, but it's whatever. Anyways, next Fire and the Kid merchandise coming out. It's the original Abbott Kenny tees that I'm wearing right now.
I love those.
The original.
Save me some, please.
You have so many of them.
I only have.
Dude, you wear this like every other day.
Yeah, I have 2 of those. That's all I have.
How many do you
In
want?
fact, I have 1.
How many do you want?
I have 1 medium. I want 2 mediums.
All right. Well, they'll probably come out in the next 2 weeks. The original Abbott Kenny Fight Club with the coffee cup on it, and the Abbott Kenny Fight Club hats and Fighter and the Kid hats. Will also
Show
drop.
them that on video. It's such a cool hat.
All right, well, I'll bring it up to the camera.
Oh, that's good.
Booyah.
right.
TFATK.com is all your Fire and the Kid needs. We have the fight companions up there that we just did for UFC, whatever it was in Canada.
Yeah.
All the Fire and Kid, everything that you ever need is TFATK.com.
Oh, wait. Do we know anything about Holloway? About
Esophagus tear.
Olivier? It was an esophagus tear?
Esophagus tear.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Means he
That's
tore his esophagus.
Your esophagus is what you swallow.
It's very dangerous.
The fuck are we talking about? He got hit there or what?
Just tore, man.
Dude. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe bring that
horrifying.
up at another time.
Yo. Sorry.
Anyways,
Damn.
Callen, where can they find you? San Jose?
San Jose Improv. September 25th, 26th, 27th. Come see me. I can't wait.
Boom. TFATK.com. This is the Fire and the Kid. We're out.